Right, thank you very much, Kidero. Welcome, Governor, to our social square. That's what we're calling this place.
Thank you very much.
A very important question Kidero has raised as well. Are we ready to host President Barack Obama?
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, we're always ready to receive visitors, but Obama is kind of a special visitor because he's the first American president to visit Kenya, and also he's the first American president to be in Africa. 4 times, I mean, he's been to Africa. This is the 4th time, including when he went down to South Africa for Mandela's funeral. And also, I mean, his special relationship to our country, because he's a progeny and he's got genetic relationship to the people of Kenya, makes it even more exciting. And actually, the excitement is palpable. Yes. You can feel it. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Exactly. So many people have been talking about an array of issues on social media, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. The other question is the facelift that has been going on in Nairobi. Explain to us exactly what has been happening. We've seen a few things, but how much it's cost as well.
Willis, we haven't spent any money that we were not spent. Yes. What is happening was going to happen anyway. I mean, take for example, I mean, the lighting of the city. When we got in 2 years ago, out of the 26,000 street lights that are installed, only 12,000 were working, so all that has been rehabilitated, and even we've put more. The city is quite lit, actually, if you go down to Lagos Street, Accra, Mfangano, and we replace all the sodium pressure bulbs with LED. So, like lighting Nairobi, that's something which we are going to do anyway, because I mean that one, it increases security, but also it extends the time of when people do business. The much hyped rehabilitation of flower beds on Uhuru Highway it's been done in the past, but it was done in such a way that matatus and motorbikes and people would walk all over them, and we needed to do it in a better way so that it's a little bit protected. So these are things that we were going to do anyway.
It's not tied to
no, it's not tied to. So no special funds were put aside to do it. Okay. These were budgets that had been put there before, and we'll continue to do them. We'll continue to maintain them even after that. I know Kenyans have had a field day, and that's something very, very special about Kenyans.
Yes, yes.
We make a light every situation, but I'm sure Kenyans have noticed that we haven't painted them green.
Yeah.
Yes,
let's talk about that as well. How do you take that? Because some of them the criticisms that come with some of the things we had, of course, what was dubbed the Kidero drums. Now there's the Kidero grass. How do you handle the criticism normally?
No, I think, I mean, it's done in jest. I mean, we are a very, very positive community and a very, very positive society. We always see the light side of things, but also at the same time, I've received a lot of encouragement. I've received a lot of phone calls, people giving very, very positive suggestions. So it's just not the criticism that people see. I mean, there are a lot more people who are positive and channel their suggestions, constructive suggestions, in a structured and in a more formal manner, and we incorporate them.
All right, we'll come back to that a little bit later. There are some clips that we want to play later on. But then let's talk about the GES Summit and just the importance of it to not just Nairobi but also to Kenyans. But we'll start with Nairobi. Has it benefited the youth in terms of employment and everything that's happening?
Willis, this is the 6th GE Summit, and it's the 2nd time it's coming to Africa. And it's the first time that it's come to sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, it was great 2 days ago when we went to the pre-summit exhibitions. We saw more than 200 exhibitions from Kenyans. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. But as generally happens, a lot of people are going to come to the summit, and being international, a lot of investors from the international community are going to come. But what happens? The benefit comes with the follow-up. because there's got to be a lot of information that's going to be given. The funding agencies, the funding venture funds will basically see what they want to do, but the benefit. So what the summit does, it provides a window for showcasing Kenya's talent, for showcasing the entrepreneurship. And again, it's not by accident that he came, because I mean, Africa is on the rise, Kenya is on the rise.
Yes.
And Nairobi is strategically placed because it's the gateway to East and Central Africa, a market of 300 million people. And that's why we've seen, I mean, of course we're well aware that a lot of the multinationals have made their headquarters here. General Electric have moved their headquarters from South Africa, they've come to Nairobi. The IBM have their labs, research labs, and Kenya government take a keen interest on what IBM does. They've got their headquarters here. Microsoft, Google, actually at least 20 multinationals, not only from the West but even from the East. I mean, only last week we approved the construction of a Chinese company, their headquarters, which is going to be built here at Africa headquarters at a cost of 20 billion shillings. So the geographical location of Nairobi and the people, which is probably the biggest asset this country has, and the entrepreneurial spirit that our people have, makes it very, very attractive.
Looks like you picked the right county to be governor of. All right. Of course, how can a Kenyan watching right now and saying, all right, this summit is going to come, there's the Obama hype, but how can I get plugged in? What does it mean for me, like ordinary mwananchi? How can I get plugged into it, to the summit?
I think, I mean, there are various platforms at the county. Our ECEC member of trade has a forum where we get these registrations. Then the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, which is chaired by Kiprono Kitonyi, has created a forum. And the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization, Mr. Adan Mohammed, and also the Kenya Investment Authority. So there are various bodies that provide a platform for exposition. But this exhibition was really an eye-opener for me, Willis, because I mean, I saw so much in the exhibition. And also, I mean, yesterday I was, my wife Susan took the opportunity of inviting Steve Keys, who was the former chairman of American Online, and we had great interactions with some of the upcoming Kenyan entrepreneurs, like Mike Macharia, like the gentleman who started Jambo Pay, and this was very, very exciting. So, as I was saying, it's what happens outside and after the summit that will give those fruits, that will bring those investments.
Are there any plans that the county is also having to, like, kind of harness this, like a point where maybe you can come and get this information, debrief, and
yeah, that's what I say. Our CC member Arno Thoro, and also this has given us the impetus that going forward it shouldn't end because the GE Forum is not going to come here. We will have our national entrepreneurial county entrepreneurial exhibition forums or discussion forums, and the usual national exhibition and entrepreneurial forums.
All right, let's now talk about the rehabilitation of the street children. What informed it, and is it something like, I've seen somebody asking on Twitter, once the president goes, are they going to be back? What is the program about, the rehabilitation program?
First of all, I think, I mean, I want our people to be responsible.
Yes.
Those street children don't give birth to themselves. They're born, they've got fathers, they've got mothers. I thought I saw one who looks like you.
we will investigate.
That's on a lighter note. Yeah. But we've always had programs with the street children. We've got a home for them in Joseph Kangeze. One our social hall in Bahati, we converted to their home. In Kayole. And in Shaurimoyo. But we are building, we've got a 45-acre piece of land which we are building, which we are going to build a home, a school, and a vocational training center in Ruai. And we are working with the with the central government, and I want to thank the president. I did know that the government has been providing 300 million shillings a year for these street families. And the other day when I was with the president, I brought to our attention, and it's been agreed that part of that money is going to be used because Nairobi has probably more homeless people and a lot more street children than anywhere else. But also sometimes, Willis, I don't understand. When the street children in the street, people scream. When you take them and keep them, they also scream. They say, "Where are the street children?" I don't know whether people miss them, but they are in a home. They are being well looked after. And going forward, we have programs.
Yes, that dispels, because we had a story I think Michael Njenga did 2 days ago where one of them was saying they have some real issues themselves where they have families. Like the example that was there was a person whose family I think had HIV, and he said it will be delinked from he won't be present with the family. So I don't know, is there a way to, because it's very difficult to track them, but is there a way like that they're being treated and handled?
Yeah, one of the things is when we get them, actually some of them are so high that they don't even know their names. So you have to take time to de-high them, to bring back them to Mali so that they're able to recognize them. So you talk to them. We get doctors to look at them and look after them. We try to find out where they are from. Do they have families? And if they have families, we try to get them to them to rejoin those families. And actually, I was telling my fellow governors that going forward, if I find there's somebody in the streets, I will deliver them to the governor from whose county.
Return to sender.
Return to sender. So it's not an easy thing, but it's something that we as a society must cope with. It's just not the county government, but central government to work with the county government, because it's a national issue. And it's a national problem. It's a social problem.
All right. Well, I remember we had asked you to send in some of your comments on 22422 as well. I'm going to sample the 22422. But first, let's take a look at what you're saying on Twitter and just the comments and your questions as well. There's one at Jimmy_Jimco2 says, tell at Kidero Evans that Nairobi City is improving cleanliness and security, so kudos. And then somebody here says, what next now that the grass hasn't grown well? We're going to be looking at that a little bit later. And somebody is still asking about the traffic jam and the disruptions that's going to happen now. But here he's saying, actually says, Jam Ilisha, I hope this will be the same today. So I don't know, maybe talk about also the plans that we have also for the city in terms of also controlling that traffic jam. It's a big thing. People are always talking about it. Almost every day if you go on social media, you'll find traffic is a topic.
Yeah, Willis, 20 years ago we had maybe 50,000 vehicles. Now we have 600,000 vehicles on our roads. And we continue to register 8,000 vehicles a month. So that's an extra 100,000 vehicles. We had not established an infrastructure that could take this number of vehicles. We don't have a comfortable public transport system that would that you can leave your vehicle at home and take it. So we're doing a number of things. We are increasing the infrastructure. We're doing 9 transport corridors. I think I've always been talking about this. The first of such is the construction has started. The second is starting soon on Ngong Road to Dagoretti Market. And this will bring in the BRT, the bus rapid transit system. And then all our new roads have what you call an empty non-motorized transport. And I'm sure you've seen it. I mean, even outside Citizen on Lenana Road and on Dennis Street Road, because half the people, half Nairobians, 2.2 million Nairobians who go to work walk. So we want to make walking. We want to make it possible so that people can ride bicycles to work on this non-motorized. So all the new roads like the Westlands Ring Road, Rabai Road between Jericho and Buruburu, the road that joins Jogo Road through Isili to Anmadare to Thika Super Highway, the Mamawahu Road that we are doing in Dagoretti, the road that's joining Kagundo Road to Eastern Bypass. All of them have NMTs. And you can, from what I've said, you can see that the roads are they are spread quite across Nairobi, including the one we are going to do from Ngong Road through Kibera to Otiende and the animal orphanage. I mentioned about the non-motorized. I mentioned about the bus rapid transit system, and we're working on this so that at a future date, people can leave their vehicles at home and take public transport. But at the same time, we are improving the movement of vehicles. We are doing away. Kidero drums haven't gone completely. They are coming back.
They are coming back.
They are coming back because it's been established that without roundabouts, if you take out roundabouts and replace them with signalized junctions, you improve the flow of vehicles by 30 to 40%. The heaviest traffic is on at Nyayo's, the roundabout Nyayo Stadium, which between 6 in the morning and 9, 6,400 vehicles go per hour. If we remove that junction, it will be able to handle 8,000 vehicles an hour. You've seen that killing the roundabout at Westlands and at Nation, the old Nation House, is more or less eliminated. Actually, we've established a case that roundabouts hinder traffic movement. The other thing we are going to do is we are going to kill all right turns. You've seen coming up on Ngong Road from El Selassie Avenue. There's now no turning right. You have to go before you come back. And then a lot of the streets in town are going to be one way. But also, you'll recall, Willis, we've launched the Nairobi integrated master plan. And part of that master plan is that we are going to establish nodal development points. So rather than everybody coming to town, if you live in Roysambu, you should be able to work, live there. We'll establish commercial centers there. We'll establish offices there, so that rather than traffic coming to town, they'll be going to these nodal points. So Roysambu, Embakasi in Kayole, Ruai, Nairobi South, like Capital Center. You've seen what we've done, what is happening with Westlands, what's going to happen in Langata and Karen. And that will listen, but it doesn't happen one day. All right. So, we've established plan to make sure that is achieved.
All right. So remember, we like we promised, there are some clips that we want to play. There was a clip, a certain soundbite that made waves. What President Uhuru Kenyatta said. Let's take a look.
Governor Kidero, Governor of Nairobi, and don't worry, plant it, it shall grow.
before that, maybe before, as you can see, has the grass grown? At the end of that clip, there was a little, yeah, there you go. That is the situation last night. The grass hasn't grown, but the president says, do not worry. What do you have to say?
Willis, I think the president was very deliberate in his language.
Yes.
You know, you can use will or shall. When you say it will, you're not too sure. When you say shall, it's mandatory. I mean, the president was basically emphasizing the fact that he knows that the grass will grow. But having said that, I think there are others. There are other things that have happened in our county that should even be of interest to Nairobians. In the year that's closed 30th of June, starting 1st of July 2014, the performance indicators of economic performance showed a very meteoric rise. In that 1 year, we approved 5,000 square meters clean area for construction, which translates to probably bigger than the standard gauge railway. And this is going to provide employment. And people don't build unless there are business prospects and prospects of development. It shows that good things are happening.
Good things are happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not to say that they couldn't be better, but good things are happening.
Good things are happening, and they shall happen, or they will happen.
They shall happen.
They shall happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for making time for us. And I become Dr. Evans Kidero. Basically, telling us a raft of issues in case you're just joining us. Talking about how you should position yourself for the GES Summit and how the county is also making plans. And after the GES Summit, there will be follow-ups where you can also get involved. Of course, they will be able to advertise the same on their website and on their social media platforms. I'm very active on Twitter himself at Kidero Evans, so if you have any questions for him, also at Kidero Evans at Citizen TV Kenya as well, and at Saburo and at Kidero Ngara. The hashtag we're using is hashtag Obama Square. Thank you so much for coming to our social square, and we'll cross over to Madam Kidero Ngara, who is also a member of the county.
All right, thank you.